So we are in downtown Spartanburg, getting ready to drive around some of the neighborhoods that are here locally in the area.
Yep. That's the Denny's building behind us.
Yes, and there are people rappelling off of it right now.
There are. Just the kind of normal Friday morning fun that you can get into in Spartanburg. We're starting in Hampton Heights, then we're going through
to 483 Pinckney Court. So here's my rabbit trail as we are driving around, and of course you want to know these things. There's several, I feel like there's several Pinckney historic districts or streets here in the area that are named after Pinckneys. So they ran a lot of like the textile stuff here, and a lot of the agricultural business in the upstate back in the 1700s, I believe. And,
no way.
Yes. And so anyways, the story goes that daughters back in the 1700s, like they didn't work or anything. Their dads arranged good marriages for them and like good marriages for them. And so while she was here and she's like in boarding school and so on, she took a special interest in botany instead of like needlework and artwork and so on that most young ladies her age would do. And so anyway, she learned about like plants. And so she actually ended up going more into the business that her father had given to her to manage while, he's out of the country in the 1700s. And she created a type of indigo that it was in high demand for like dyes and stuff like that, especially from the UK. And so it became one of South Carolina's top cash crops. George Washington was even one of her pallbearers whenever she died. A lot of these homes are like over 100 years old. Also, as we are driving around, you're going to see a lot of Hurricane Helene debris still in this area because these trees are over 100 years old also.
Giant trees.
Giant. Like I can't reach around them. So anyways, Miss Pinckney for the area. Look at the pink house.
Speaking
oh my
of Pinckney.
word. It's so pink. Lots of damage on this street too. Here to the left, this little house, 483 Pinckney Court. Wow. Power lines are still down too. This is crazy. But
yeah, Spartanburg was kind of behind the rest of the upstate to get power back on.
Yeah, it definitely looks like that. Kid on an electric bike.
It's good to see kids out riding in the street.
It is. That it's okay to be out riding in the street is really important.
There's a lot of different, like that is something
That
you would see in Florida.
Yeah.
But we are in like the foothills of the mountains.
Yeah.
That's like a Spanish style home, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But then you've got mill houses, and then you've got like very stately homes, as you like to say.
Estate homes, yes.
Quite stately.
Very stately.
A lot of different sizes of homes in here too.
And colors.
And colors, I love that.
The big front porches.
Yes.
Because if you think
Look
like
at that one over there.
Yeah.
Beautiful design.
Well, like these houses, because of their age and when they were originally built, like there wasn't HVAC. So people probably lived out on their front porches a whole lot more. Look at the house right in front of us here.
That's beautiful. And look
That's
at that, like
gorgeous.
What do you call that? Trellis work up
Yep.
top on that little
Eve.
eave. Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is a beautiful neighborhood.
Beautiful.
This is Hampton Heights, and this neighborhood is like, we were just talking to a lady outside of Spill the Beans, and she said her house was like 113 years old or something like that.
So if you like the historical homes, it's kind of Victorian.
Yeah.
these homes in this area are going to be more affordable than like the homes that in this style that you'll find in Greenville.
Yeah. I mean, in Greenville, how much does a home like this go for?
Oh, easily almost $1 million, if not more.
Yeah.
Just because of where it's located.
This neighborhood, I was looking this morning, $500,000 to $700,000 for these kind of houses.
Oh yeah, and it's like, I don't know, people take care of their yards. You can tell that they enjoy living in their houses, like doing life there.
Yeah. There was only a few houses in this area that are over $1 million, and one of them is on our stop for the end of the video in Converse Heights.
Ooh.
So we'll see that later.
Because Converse Heights is...
That's the nice.
It's the nice neighborhood.
We're showing you guys the nice side
Hampton
of
Heights Historic District while we sit here at the red light. Located 1 block west, this historic district was entered into National Registry of Historic Places in 1983. Because of its historic and architectural significance as an example of an intact early 20th century neighborhood. A number of popular architectural styles of the period are represented in the district. That's what it says right over there on the side.
Yeah, that's one of the important things about being in a historic district is that, like, yes, the stuff is old, but it's well taken care of.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's like part of being in the district.
It's part of being in this area is there are the historic districts, and people that live there want to see it maintained. But then also there's special things that, like, within city limits like this, the local governments want to see it maintained as well. I know in historic districts, people go quite the lengths to protect homes and buildings that are of historical significance. So, let's see here.
Old Henry Street.
Oh, Henry.
I'm so sorry about the shaky camera, guys.
You know, it's part of it. It'll be okay. Let's go ahead and take the right here.
Nice, Union Street.
Yeah.
I think down here, yep, right here is the skate park.
Yep.
We got people outside skating.
Which, there's one coming, like, these are good because they give a place for kids to go.
Exactly.
It's important. Otherwise they get into trouble.
And
right, so we're gonna go drive past Fretwell. And if you are a long-time watcher of the channel, we actually have a video of us interviewing the owners of Fretwell and their coffee shop and talking about, like, what they do out here and the events that they hold and coffee. So, like, it looks pretty different from the first time we came out here, but this is a great place to hang out. Little River Roasting Company. There is a one of their coffee shops is downtown off of Main Street, Spartanburg.
oh, that one is so good.
Yes, it is. It's very good.
But Fretwell is awesome. There's also the Mary Black Trail, I want to say,
Yep.
that runs right alongside of it.
It is very similar to, like, a swamp rabbit trail.
Yeah, so it's like if you live in the neighborhood over here, you can very easily get around, walk to Fretwell, go to a bunch of community events,
See, we're
get some
getting ready
delicious
to cross
coffee.
over it right here. Ta-da! See? Hub City Information Center.
Bomb.
Awesome.
Now we're turning on to Pine Street, which is kind of the main vein.
Yeah. Let's see here. Headed towards 300 Old Petrie Road? Petrie Road? How do you say that?
Petrie.
Petrie?
I'm probably wrong, but
Maybe.
I'm saying it with confidence.
You know what? If you know how to say it, tell me in the comments.
Yeah.
Thanks.
But all of these neighborhoods down here that are kind of close to downtown are just beautiful.
They are. It's not like the cookie cutter new construction stuff.
No.
So
Spartanburg is like so slept on because you have all this nice stuff. It's really close to downtown.
yeah.
Your shopping and grocery stores are all
They're
really
not
close by
far
to here.
away.
You've got one side of town that's not great. Okay,
And then
let's
it
just say it.
overshadows everything else.
Exactly, it just overshadows
It's terrible.
all of the beautiful, amazing, safe parts of Spartanburg.
Exactly. Beautiful, walkable neighborhoods. Really great, local, local businesses, restaurants, all of that.
And there's a lot of green space too.
So much.
Like Milliken, you see Milliken a lot.
Oh,
That's one of the
yes.
big.
There's so many people that get out, and I drive out. I used to drive out there like once a week, and so many people have lunch out there. It's not even funny.
Yeah.
Like they just picnic out there all the time, or sit in their cars and just sit there.
Yeah, it's a great place to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But you see Milliken a lot because they're one of the largest employers here in Spartanburg. I think in Spartanburg County, if I'm right.
Remind me what they do.
I don't know.
We're gonna have to Google it.
Some kind of manufacturing, I think. Also, if we keep on going down this way, we'll get to Habitat for Humanity, which is,
Ooh.
we all know about Habitat for Humanity.
Well, the people who are watching this probably don't know about Habitat for Humanity because it's not like terribly local, but because it is a national thing, I think.
I think so, yeah.
But Habitat for Humanity does a lot here in the area.
They do a lot, yeah. They have several restores.
Look at all the roofing.
And Habitat builds a lot of houses for people
They
in the area.
do, yes. And they have special rules and regs around like resale sometimes of those houses
Yeah.
because of certain areas that they are in.
Which makes sense to me.
It does. All right.
I think one of the reasons that they choose this area to do, I mean, I'm sure they're doing construction in all kinds of areas, but I think one of the reasons that this area is accessible for them to do that is because it doesn't cost a lot to build here compared to a lot of other places.
No, it does not. You are correct. Land is going to be a little bit cheaper. Labor is cheaper as well. Sorry to say. There's also some lower income areas around.
Yeah.
That's basically Habitat's. We need turn. Sorry, person behind me. There are specific things that, you've got to meet income requirements and just certain job type requirements. I've actually been a part of a couple Habitat projects over the years. You did?
Mm-hmm.
That's fun.
It is.
I love that. So definitely an area that was built, this is 70s, 80s builds. Absolutely. Oh, one thing we didn't mention about this is in the driving you actually get to see fall.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because we're in full effect right now.
We are. Red trees, yellow trees, orange trees.
It's a beautiful thing.
Everything. Okay, it's coming up here on the left. Beep, 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 beep. Let's go, sure, let's go do this.
Okay.
I don't really know where we're driving right now.
It looks like a neighborhood.
It looks like a neighborhood, but we're gonna drive just into a normal neighborhood. Oh, nice. Cape
Yeah.
Cods.
This is great.
This is a great little neighborhood.
What is this fenced-in?
a probably 100-year-old tree plus. That's a very old tree. But look, they've got little park in the middle of the neighborhood.
That is so great.
I love it.
I love that too.
Yep, we're just gonna do this. Great little neighborhood.
This is sweet.
What's
I could definitely throw a football on the road here.
this is
you know?
like, look at are those mailboxes?
Yeah, I think they're
I
mailboxes.
think they're mailboxes. I've never seen mailboxes like that
I
before.
haven't either.
Where like the top just comes up and you just drop the mail down in there. Also,
This is a great little neighborhood.
yeah, definitely tree work because all the trees that came down.
Yeah. But also, like, you see this house is painted fun colors.
It's not a cookie cutter neighborhood.
It's not cookie cutter at all. And if
Gosh,
they
I
have an
love it.
HOA, they're not like, it's obvious they're not cracking down about
Yeah,
having to be this and that, you know.
right. Very much.
Williamsburg Drive is the main road.
I like it. It's a cute neighborhood.
Yes.
Always a good sign when you see people out walking dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Where are we headed?
We are heading over to the Partridge area now.
This was the Williamsburg East neighborhood.
We were told that East Side is the place to be.
Yep. Not the west side. Sorry to say. Maybe I do know that there are a few areas over there on the west side. They're just further out.
We turned the wrong way. Can we
Did
Can we turn around in a cul-de-sac here so that we don't go down the main road again?
Yeah.
Because I feel like these neighborhoods are really worth driving through.
All right, here we go. Trying again because the GPS didn't.
The Gypus.
The GPS.
The Gyptus.
Sorry, the GPS. I do that for everything, for all sorts of things. It's terrible. The GPS. I also say that for, let's see here. Chick-fil-A is Chick-fil-A.
Nice.
What is,
You've been hanging out with small kids too
I have
much.
been. Chipotle is Chipotle.
Oh yeah.
Then you have, of course, Target is Target.
Of course. It's Target.
What else is?
How did that get so into the zeitgeist? Like, my dad called it Target when I was a kid.
Exactly.
And we were in a completely different part of the world.
And then, so in the same vein, Walmart is still the Walmarts. Maybe these are Southernese things. I don't know. People talk weird here in the South. I'm sorry, y'all.
So this neighborhood is also very nice.
Yes. Very much. Brick homes. They just don't build houses like this anymore either.
They don't. Oop.
Ugh.
And also really big yards.
Yes. Like these yards are at least half an acre. And in other areas of just the upstate, you're again not finding houses, yards,
Yeah.
neighborhoods like this. Now we are currently driving on a double yellow road, so I would not recommend like walking or running on this road necessarily, because I bet you anything, also because of the speed bumps, it gets pretty busy. And these houses houses are beautiful, but holy moly, look at the big trees that are down here. So you guys are like curious about how things are going here. This is...
Look how thick those guys are.
Yeah.
I mean, that's part of living in an older neighborhood, right?
It is. Oh, look at that.
Oh, there's a really gorgeous house up here.
We're gonna we have to turn around. We'll come back.
Yeah, we'll turn around.
We'll turn around and come back.
Because there is one for sale right here.
Yep, $11.95 Partridge.
This is a single story, but it just goes on forever.
It's gorgeous. Great yard.
I don't remember how much that house was in particular, but I know this neighborhood is $500,000 to $700,000.
Oh yeah.
And you're getting a lot for that money, like.
Very much. Okay, so I saw a castle house that we have to go back and look at,
Yes.
and I'm just gonna go against the.
Also,
Yes.
hang on, keep going over one more.
Okay.
Because I have a house in here that I love very much. I did some work in this neighborhood, and
What kind of work? Did you
some
do
video work.
Nice.
One of my clients redid the roof on that house right there.
Oh, how fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
But this guy right here, it's like tri-level to the max.
What? Okay. If you can
It's
see
kinda
it
hard
in
to
this
see.
video, maybe you can see it in this video.
But it like,
Oh my word, mid-century modern.
it just
Gorgeous.
Gorgeous, yeah.
I love it. Also, look at the piles of the trees.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So, holy moly.
Yeah, we got to go back to that castle house though.
Yes,
think you can just
agreed.
bust a left on Thornwood
I
here.
think that's what I'm gonna do. Because we're gonna have to look at this. That's gorgeous. Okay. We're definitely real estate dweebs at this moment.
Yeah, we're just geeking
I'm
out.
a nerd. Okay. The Tesla in front of us. Come on, don't chicken with us. Thank you. Yeah, these are gorgeous homes.
Yeah, love this neighborhood.
And
You're under $1 million in here.
there's a zombie. Not gonna lie, that borderline freaked me out.
Yes, Halloween was yesterday.
Yes, so when this video gets released, it's been like a week or two since Halloween. You're gonna see zombies and Halloween stuff everywhere because people here decorate for everything.
But again, you've got so much different architecture in
Oh,
here.
very much. That's gorgeous. That's a huge one-level house.
Yeah.
It, like, you can't tell, but like that stuff is deep. Okay. I don't know where Barbary was. We're just
I
gonna
think we
keep
passed
going.
it already,
I think we did
actually.
too. So we're just going to carefully go around the corner. Huh. Oh, there it is. Yes? Kind of? Can't tell.
It's very cottagey.
Yes, it is. Uh-huh. Such an interesting property.
There's also, on this note, as we try and creep on people and,
Yeah, totally doing that.
and are not getting very far, there's a lot of privacy in this
So much.
in this neighborhood. I mean, it's like that's part of having
It's not a
the
bad
big
thing.
trees and the shrubbery and all that, and also piles of wood in front of your house.
Yeah.
A lot of privacy comes with that.
Even with all the trees down, there's a lot of privacy.
Yeah.
All right, so don't know where we're headed.
Apparently, we're in a lake, according to the GPS. And it feels like this neighborhood just keeps going.
Forever and ever and always. Wow. These houses are like sat back off the road. Just very nice. I like it. Established neighborhoods. Like, nobody tells you that Spartanburg looks like this.
Exactly.
I
People
love
say
it.
Spartanburg and you think of,
The bad things.
right.
But then you get stuff like this that just, yeah, it's good stuff. All right, let's keep going. Let's see where we're headed. So the next house is 1007 Andrews Farm Road, and we'll be coming up on it. Beautiful fall foliage. So, you know, if you're watching the video and just love beauty. Pretty houses, beautiful trees. The end. Welcome.
Oh, there's the for sale sign.
There it is. Pretty. I love houses that have the roundabout driveways.
Indeed.
Look how big these trees are. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Cost of doing business.
Yeah. The tree people here are going to be very busy for quite some time.
Oh yeah. Oh, we got some road work ahead.
You know? Just showing the reality of it. But I wonder if it's tree work. Look, just the there's a lot of older houses back up in here. Mid-century modern type stuff.
I'm a big fan.
I know. Look at that, you almost can't see it. Just sat back in there. Road work. Yeah, that house has like a whole gate. Everything. Thank you, road work people. Also, everybody waves here.
Oh yeah, they're really doing it.
Oh yeah. All the tree work. Let's carefully drive underneath the trees that are, you know, over the roadway. It's not scary at all.
Now we're getting onto Connecticut Ave, which is where it's our next turn.
Carrington Ave neighborhood. That's a newer neighborhood.
That is. Oh, look at this. There's also plenty of like. First of all, there's hills, but second of all, that's not developed.
Yeah.
Which is important.
It is very important. Southern Railway Company, 1924. Converse Heights.
We made it.
We made it. All right, so this is the neighborhood that I think everybody talks about, and then nobody actually shows. But you have older homes, smaller homes, bigger homes, estate homes, first-time homes. Like, it is a beautiful historical neighborhood that is right outside, like, walkable to downtown Spartanburg. Or golf cartable, because that's a thing, too.
It is. Did you see a golf cart?
I have seen golf carts in this neighborhood before. Still a couple houses up in here.
I vote that we should take a couple of these cross streets.
Agreed. Let's go down Boyd Street in honor of my friend, Justin Boyd.
Shouts out Justin Boyd.
Justin Boyd, we love you. You're pretty cool. All right, Justin Boyd's another realtor, by the way. So, you know, if you know him and you're watching the video, say hi. House for sale.
You know what we haven't said this whole time?
What?
Is that...
We sell houses!
Yeah.
That's what we do. So, you know, if you're watching the video, or you're like, hey, we are thinking about moving to the area, reach out to the team. Because, you know, we would love to talk to you and help you go see a house like this one at 642 Woodland Street.
Look at this roof on the right.
Ooh.
That's beautiful.
We're obviously geeking out about houses, so hashtag to all the realtors out there. And anybody from the team, so like Donnie, Blair, Christy, Jason, myself, we'd love to chat with you and come show you some of these beautiful houses that are not cookie cutter at all.
No. I mean, right across the street from each other.
I mean, they look like a dollhouse.
Look at this.
Yeah, that type of house you'd see in like North Main, Greenville.
Yeah.
But here in Spartanburg,
It's a beautiful thing.
it is.
I love neighborhoods like this where you can have character, yes, absolutely, but also different types of houses and different types of financial levels living next to each other.
Very much.
Right? Like it's super important.
Well, it's like we said in other videos about Spartanburg, is this area is really diverse.
Yeah.
And it's a melting pot. It's, a whole bunch of, different people living together. And man, look at these.
Yeah.
So just another example of very different. So you've got like over here, this house, that, estate houses. But then like on the other side here, like this house at 729 Otis Boulevard, very different. Like on smaller lots, it's a smaller house, but brick houses, or they have older siding, which some of the old houses you've got to be careful of, like asbestos siding. Sorry to say it, but like I just love it. Before garages, they had the pass-throughs.
Yeah.
Like that. But yeah, guys, this is the Converse Heights neighborhood still. And you really can't beat it. You're going to find houses in here that are all shapes and sizes and prices. So, all right. Well, thanks for watching with us. Hope you enjoy looking at all the neighborhoods around Spartanburg. If you have questions, you should totally reach out to me, the team, because we'd love to help and answer any more questions that you have. And go watch our other videos that we go drive through neighborhoods. We've driven through Simpsonville, we've driven through Powdersville, Travelers Rest, Taylor, stuff like that. And we'll catch you next time, next video. Bye!